Welcome to the vlog, guys.
It's just a static electricity. It's us moving to the sound. Your lips are all I need.
Finally pulled out the Canon 80D, so hopefully this video is so much better than it's quality-wise than the other. But again, camera equipment doesn't really make the video. This week I'm gonna post just one video just because I didn't do much. I was supposed to go out to the mountains today with my dog, but the weather was pretty crappy, so going up right now wouldn't have been a good idea. So my moshi case developed a crack all on its own. I contacted Moshi and they told me that this is a stress crack because this case, apparently my MacBook Pro is slightly larger than the average 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro. I have no clue what they exactly said, but they told me to send this one back and they'll send me a new one that's slightly larger, that's meant for this MacBook Pro. Now, I don't want to leave my MacBook Pro unprotected. Alright guys, so here I am doing a voiceover because I contacted Moshi about that crack case, and apparently it was a fracture crack. Apparently all MacBook Pro 15-inch Retinas come in different sizes or whatnot. Let me just read the email.
So, hi Andy, thank you for writing in. We would be happy to assist you with a replacement. By the description of your issue, your MacBook Pro may be slightly larger than specified dimensions. The eye glaze is designed to tolerate a certain variance in size of the MacBook Pro 15 Retina, but some larger ones are out of this scope and produce the stress cracks described. For these MacBooks, we have custom made a slightly larger eye glaze that will fit without this issue occurring.
So that is the email that I received pretty much very quickly, and I've been going back and forth with them because a part of it was to please reply with your address and phone number, then send it back to our San Francisco office and we'll issue this replacement. Basically, he gave me a RMA number, and I had to take off the case from the MacBook Pro, obviously, which is what I am doing right now, to send it back. So I took off the back cover, and I am now wiping it clean with some hand sanitizer, which is mainly alcohol, which gets the job done very well. Great thing is that I actually have that Chinese case that I thought I'd never use and probably throw it away in the trash, but I had it, thankfully, so I get to put on that Chinese case onto my MacBook Pro. I want to update you on the iPad. This, and also I have a new lighting system. I'm going to go ahead and cut to that right now. Alright guys, so don't mind the mess in the room. I did get something in today. Again. Go. And it's a lot smaller than I originally thought it would be. So it's the LED video lighting kit thingy for this camera, but the thing is I have a Takstar microphone hooked up to this camera where the hot shoot is. So I do have an extender, but I'm thinking about using this as a standalone. Alright. So I thought this was, is this metal? Feels cardboardy, but it is sort of metal, I guess. Comes with this, that looks beautiful. So how the lighting system is set up right now, I have it on a light stand. I have it on a stand like this. I have my camera up there usually, and then I have it on this stand. It's actually working fantastic. I do have it on alkali batteries at the moment, but I will get a lithium-ion battery for it. So my videos look nice and crispy. Alright, so I want to update you on the iPad. Now I'm going to cut to some video of me getting this iPad. Right now, you guys will look at that. What's up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. I'm sorry about the video quality here. I know it's not that great because it's nighttime and I don't have a camera that's good at night. Yet.
In 700 feet.
But here is some pretty interesting thing that I'm going through today. So the very first video, I think, me unboxing that Canon 80D, the guy you saw there is my best friend. He's been my best friend for the past 7, 8, 9, 10 years, so on and so forth. It's been a while since, Anyways, my friend has like 4 or 5 iPads, and he gets them as gifts left and right. So he said you could just have one, which is freaking awesome. But the thing is, he runs a business similar to me. I used to run the exact same business before I got out of it. But anyways, he gets off work very late, which is right now. So I decided to take a drive down to his house. He lives in Cerritos. All right, guys, so I'm here. I warp speeded to here.
Don't record me.
You heard him. Don't record him. But yeah, I was hauling ass up until the very end bit.
Somewhere.
Why is there so many bubbles on your wrap? But first, let's go to the history of iPads. Now, I have this iPad right here. This was a present from my wife. I got this iPad 6 years ago. 6 years ago, and back then, I thought this iPad was useless just because I wasn't into Apples. So my wife got this for me when we were still kind of dating. So let's see here. It just sat, and then when my wife did come, she kind of took it over, and she uses this religiously. So I didn't want to take this away from her because literally she uses it every day. So I was looking for another iPad just to try out because now I have the MacBook Pro. This is the iPad 2, this is the iPad 3. Not a big deal, they're pretty much the same. And if you saw the video of me struggling with this iPad, I couldn't get it to stream anything. Really, Google Drive fixed everything that I had issues with this iPad. So, alright, so this is the iPad I just got yesterday. You guys saw that on the video. I kind of cut a lot of it out, but this is my normal tablet. Now, iPad, tablet, Retina display, pretty good display. Only problem is connectivity. Now this one is the iPad 3, so it doesn't have the Thunder. It doesn't matter, it's the same. It doesn't have AirDrop, but even if I did have AirDrop, it's only 16 gigabytes worth of crap in here. So I can maybe put 5 videos at most, and this is HD videos. So I tried everything to get my videos to play in here. It doesn't. There's formatting issues. It's a horror show with connectivity. This is Windows 10 based. Now this is an Intel Atom processor. This has a Cortex A5X. Just in general, right now I have a OTG USB 64 gigabyte little thing here. Bought another one of those. The first one I got did not work. Bought another one that works. Anyways, so this thing, it takes USB. It connectivity wise, it has USB, SD port, HDMI out, just the whole array of connections, still within a very thin platform. Okay, when we compare thickness here, it's not much thinner or thicker than the latter. Let's go ahead and drop it down a little, see if we could compare the thickness of this iPad. Okay, hopefully you can, There we go. It's pretty similar thickness-wise. The iPad is tapered, so it does look thinner, but that's not the case. To use this as a slab, this could also be undocked and used as a slate, the same way the iPad is. And I could still play the video. And I understand this is an HD video. This, I still can't freaking get the video to play on this thing. It is so annoying. I mean, iPad is the exact opposite of a MacBook Pro. It just doesn't work. Okay, it's done. Let's see if it plays. Alright, let's close it. Just play it. So look at that. It plays, but there's no sound. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised, Mr. Apple? It's so disappointing. I can't explain it. It doesn't work. This works fine. This doesn't work. This is kind of the trending thing here. And it's the reason why, for the longest time, my iPads were like that, and they were just to serve as a coaster while I watch my videos. I used my iPad like this for 5 years, the one I had, or whatever, however long I've had it. And this one's turning out to be the same. It's just becoming a freaking coaster. I'm getting fed up with this iPad and whatnot. Apple iPad, I'm just gonna call it the Apple coaster because I put my drinks on it as a coaster. The iCoaster is freaking pissing me off again. It is useless. This is the most stupidest freaking product in the world. What the hell? Nothing freaking works on it. And the only way to transfer music is through iTunes, this crappy service. The speaker sucks. If I play it at its max setting, which is almost there. That is max, and it's already starting to sound like a blown speaker. Speaker sucks. The connectivity sucks. Everything sucks about this. And my friend told me, he's like, I don't understand why you're taking it. And I already freaking dropped this right here. I already dropped it on the side, and honestly, I am very careful with my crap, but honestly, this thing, I really don't care anymore because it just sucks. It's just crap. And then my wife says the only reason why she uses an iPad is because she streams. It streams well, but I don't stream jack crap on this thing. The only thing I'm gonna use this for was for honestly content consumption, and it can't do it. VLC player doesn't work. Nothing works. It's pissing me off. Pissing me off. Holy crap, I got it working. Let's see here. About 10 hours of finicking with this, and I finally got this working. So I could do a kind of a video comparison of how it looks. I still think the Acer Switch 10 is superior to this Apple. The sound on the Apple is pretty shitty, but it works. Remember I was telling you about the sound? Here, so let me max this out here. Maxed out sound. Alright? That's because the speaker location is in the most stupidest spot in the world. Up here. So maybe if I did it like that, it'll sound better. Maxed out sound, alright guys? So I'm gonna lower this volume now. Oh, I can't believe it works. This is streaming. It's streaming through Google Drive. You know what? The only reason why this works is because of Google Drive. Which is funny. I think it's kind of ironic. Now this one at mid sound. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put up the volume. You see what I'm talking about? It's much more viewable. Let me put it back on mid volume where I usually watch this at. So at about 50. IP, how's that? An iOS for iPad, right? We'll call it we'll call it OS iPad or IPOS. Come on, figure it out. Make this more productive and better at consuming. Put one freaking USB port somewhere here that could power a powered USB so we could charge shit. And moreover, we could put thumb drives in something. Those two things, Apple, and maybe an HDMI if you're brave. It's gonna change the world of tablets. You already have a freaking strong customer base. Why are you screwing them over and making them switch to something like this? Alright, so it's not all bad. I kind of went on a little tantrum because it just doesn't do the thing that I wanted to do. But, I mean, the upside of Apple's products is that they're good at one thing. And to point out what the iPad is good at is the touchscreen. It's like the Android in my opinion. Android's good at touchscreen, but you know, the productivity wise is not there. This is pretty much the same. It's just that tablets are switching from Android platform to Windows 10 platform. I think it's a much better platform. So Apple should have kind of recognized that and switched the iOS to something that was more tablet platform in my opinion. I did get the video to work. Yes, it would be nice if I had a USB connector without using a hub or a dongle, but it's fine. I am getting a USB hub for this thing so I can connect SD cards and USB drives, thumb drives, external hard drives, because this only has 16 gigabytes of storage, same with the other one and whatnot. Okay, so at first I really hated this thing all over again. It just reminded me of the first time I had the iPad 2. For me it was like so limited, just because it had one connector, one headphone port, and that's pretty much it. You couldn't really connect anything to it, and the storage on this thing was crap. So I had big issues. Since then though, since this whole week, because right now it's a Sunday, so this whole week that I was playing with this, actually this thing has become very good. I've been using this thing religiously. I carry it with me everywhere. It does need a new screen protector. It has bubbles everywhere. But the Retina screen is fantastic on these iPads. Although it's not like I sit here and do a lot of graphic things on here. Although it will not be able to handle graphical things all that well. Although it does play Hearthstone on this iPad very well. It kind of chops every once in a while, but it does okay. I dropped this twice already and it's still holding up just fine. So again, the reason, one of the biggest pros about an iPad is these things are freaking indestructible. My wife's been using hers like a freaking Frisbee, and it's held up fine. A Frisbee is a little disc that you throw. Okay. Yeah, so my wife's been using her iPad or my iPad, but she's been using it. Now it's hers. As a Frisbee, quite literally. She not only dropped it over dozens of times. Let's see here. She sat on it, she slept on it, she elbowed it, you name it, and she put a pretty big ding in it that I don't know how you could ding an iPad, but she did. No. So she managed to do all that and it still held up. So I deem the iPad indestructible. Now with this, like I said, my biggest issue with this was that I couldn't stream videos. What's fantastic is now, I've always used Google Drive, but I was never really into cloud service. I never was, ever. Google has changed my world. It's made this thing actually very usable. Now I have 15 gigabytes of cloud storage, and usually my internet speed is incredibly fast. I have 4G LTE on my phone that I could just use for this, and I get like 50 megs. At the same time, this thing also comes with 4G if I wanted to activate the SIM card again, but I'm not going to. Just use it as Wi-Fi. But check this out. This is right now cloud. I am streaming through cloud. The video is not in my iPad. At the same time, this video is not supported by iPad. It's an MKV with an AAC video codec, I think. Was it an AAC or an AC3? Anyways, it was one of those audio codecs that's not supported by Apple. It's only supported by Windows. But what happens when you upload videos like this that are full HD and like 2 gigabytes of video is Google has a player apparently in Google Drive, and they'll kind of, when I first uploaded this, it didn't work. The sound didn't come out. But after waiting, I say about an hour, Google found its own, I guess, drivers or whatever, or processed this video so that it could play in their Google Player. And that's what's happening right here. This is a very popular drama of not American origin that I've been watching. And I've been doing it through the iPad, through Google Drive. And it's been freaking awesome, guys. I can't. Once this was settled, the iPad became like a good device now. The big screen actually serves a purpose to watch videos. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here, what else? Emails. I have, let me check, because I have a lot of emails. At any given time, I have, let's see here, 4 email accounts that I use a lot. 4 email accounts. Now, I probably have a total of 8 email accounts altogether, but the ones that I use very frequently, almost daily, is 4 email accounts. Now, they're personal, business, and then like social media related. All those emails are linked. With this iPad device, basically, it tells me each one of those emails, and I can select the email to read, or I can select them all, and it'll tell me which email is in which. It's just such a good email viewing experience on the iPad. It's better than Windows, way better than Windows, or even OS X. Actually, it's better than OS X. iOS mail viewer is better than OS X, in my opinion. Now, again, if you're gonna get an iPad, whether it be an iPad Pro or an iPad Air or an iPad Mini or just a regular iPad, there's gonna be times when you're gonna get stuck on a wall because these things are not so productive. But if you could get past that hurdle, it just opens up. Like, honestly, I thought iPads were just a big iPhone. Honestly, that's exactly what I thought. This is just a big iPhone, but it's not. It could do so much more. And because Word is available on this iPad, which is kind of my biggest thing, Word. Let me see, how do I find Word? There we go. Under productivity, I have Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. So now, since these things are available, with the right keyboard, I could actually be a little productive, or actually a lot productive. Word is kind of important to me. But it's slow to load, but it works. It works. I'm not gonna probably use it with these as it's not so practical. Typing on this keyboard is not a great experience as far as the onboard goes, but if you have an external keyboard, this thing becomes very productive. There are some programs that work with Mac better than they work with Windows, but most programs work with Windows better than they work with Macs. It's the reality of things. More people use Windows. I'll never give up my Windows tablet, the Acer Switch 10, and I'll never give up my Windows desktop. But there are things that the MacBook Pro could do that my desktop can. And mainly it's just like the video editing portions, anything in the art side. The MacBook Pro just kills it. And so because there's like a niche for both, I decided to try to give this a try now. I did go through hell with this, but this is my final result, my final last thing I want to say. iPads have a niche. Surprisingly, who would have thought? There's things that you could do on an iPad much more easily than you could do on an iPhone. There is like a spot for it. Really, video watching, video consumption on this is quite good. The screen is big enough for you to actually watch it well. It's portable enough. Like I said, I carried this around all day yesterday and this was like going out everywhere, and this thing was portable enough for me to carry around. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this week has not been so good as far as for content, but big things coming up. I think I've already explained it. If I didn't, let me cue you in on a couple of big things coming up. I will be taking an Arizona trip. I also might be buying land with a partner in Arizona. Just big things are happening here. And I'm also going to go shooting again. I'm thinking about going to Palm Springs, the deserts, BLM, and just kind of go buck wild with shooting. But there is going to be some good content, hopefully. And also, I plan on making videos, kind of parodies of other people's vlogs. I'll try. Obviously, I'm not going to be as good as them, but hopefully I can make it somewhat entertaining for you guys to watch. That's all I got for you for this week. Again, you're seeing another portion of where I live. I got this Yamaha keyboard synthesizer for my wife because she plays piano and she wanted a hobby, so I did get this for her. Never gets used, but it looks pretty. Alright guys, you guys have a great day, live well, and laugh more.